What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about what's going on with the overall market very quickly, break down some very big changes that tend to happen in the markets. And I'm also going to give you guys some very important lessons about trading. I'm going to talk about trading advice on losing streaks. But before I break into all this information, before I talk about something very important, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, guys, let's talk about something very important. What's happening with the markets? As you guys know, we had a very sideways day on Friday. Yes, SPY sold off a bit, but then it just started trading sideways as time progressed. And that's because of the options chain. The majority of positions ended up out of the money because the market makers ended up giving themselves an edge. But I just want to mention that sometimes big things could happen in the markets, and the market is full of change. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people have losses, because the market is never super consistent for a very long period of time. There are oftentimes times where one day it's very choppy, then another day it's selling off a lot, another day it's pumping. It could be all over the place, and that's why you have to be very adaptive. But anyways, I have this friend, right? This friend that's a very good trader, and this is very common in trading. He's on a losing streak, and it happens, right? It could happen to me, it could happen to all of you. Sometimes things like that could happen. And being on a losing streak could be very hard. And that's one of the ways that a lot of people start to end up losing their entire portfolios, because they end up just trying to revenge trade. They end up trying to make back as much as they can. And they just keep losing to the point where it really hurts them psychologically and causes them to end up blowing their portfolios. So I want to break down what could cause that. And honestly, guys, I can't really speak about this in general because there's so many different nuances and so many different things about this. There's a very big, I would say, individualistic aspect of it, because some people could go through very different things. But basically, let's just say hypothetically you're day trading, right? And the reason why you may have a lot of losses, like one week you're doing all well, another week you start losing. I'm sure this happens to a lot of people. But the reason for that could be because the market is very insane, to be frank with you. One day, like I said, it could just be pumping like crazy, and another day it could be just doing something very different. Let me just show you on the chart what I'm talking about. So look at SPY on the daily, right? Obviously, there's this big uptrend, but imagine you're trading this intraday. We've had days, look at the last couple of weeks, right? One day it gapped up like crazy, starts pumping. The next day it pumps and drops. Then it drops, it trades sideways, pumps, trades sideways, pumps. It's trading sideways, it drops hard, pumps and drops, pumps, drops, pumps, drops a little bit, pumps again, then drops. Then we have this sideways day all of a sudden. So the point I'm trying to make is that the market could be all over the place, and it's very difficult to trade sometimes. So when you're day trading, you want to be very adaptive. You want to be very adaptive. One day you could be expecting the market to pump, and it may do the complete opposite. So when the market does something different, that's why you want to be managing risks. And you guys, many of you may already like know this, but the question is, are you kind of like following those steps? So, anyways, when you have losses, it could hurt you psychologically, and it could lead to even bigger losses if you start to revenge trade, or if you keep on continuing to lose because the market does something very different. Maybe you were used to the market just pumping, and your strategy of just buying the dip won't always work if the market starts to downtrend all of a sudden. So that's what's very difficult about trading. But if I were to enter a losing streak, here's what I would do. Now, I can't speak for everyone. Like I said, everyone is different. People could have their different reasons. But if I were to enter a losing streak, what I'd first do is back. Step back from the charts. Hold on a second. Look back at what went wrong. What may have triggered you to start losing all this money? Maybe, just maybe, you started losing money because you had a very big win. Like if you typically make, $200 a day on your win days, hypothetically speaking, and then all of a sudden you make $6,000 in a day because you made a very nice trade. Congratulations. And you start chasing, trying to make 1,000 a day when your portfolio is not big enough, you could start losing money. That could be the first thing that kind of gets in the way. So you have to identify what that thing was. Maybe it's not that. Maybe you went through something very hard. You lost your job. Maybe, someone was mean to you. Who knows what it could be, but something else could have happened to you. So the first thing to do is step back, review what happened. What is changing you psychologically? Why did you start losing all this money in the first place? Maybe nothing happened to you, and it's just the market being very tricky to trade in. Okay, well, if that's the case, you want to ask yourself, why did your strategy fail? Were you trying to buy the dips in the market when the market just kept falling? Were you trying to short the market when the market kept going up? Why did that happen? Once you figure out what went wrong, you have to adjust your strategy. You have to be very adaptive in a market like this. You have to remember this, right? That's the reason why a strategy that works well is always know your levels. I would recommend just always know the next level to watch for and know what the direction is telling you. So, for example, like right here, when we had this resistance, I was talking about this channel that developed on SPY, right? I wasn't sure if this thing would pump up big or come back down, so I was waiting for confirmation. Do you guys remember when I talked about this on my video from like Thursday, right? This is what SPY looked like. We had this nice channel. Actually, it looked more like this. So with these wicks forming, it could have pumped up, but I wanted to see confirmation. Did we break 515.6? If it did, it could have pushed even higher. I was always open to that possibility. But if it failed and we started to sink towards 513.5, we lost that. I was open to this thing just falling all the way down to 512, 510, or even 508. We had the levels marked, so we knew some of the levels it would likely fall to. We had everything marked on the chart, right? And you could see how it reacts to the levels. So, like right here, we had 513.5, we lost it. We sank all the way down, straight down to 510 ish. We bounced, we hit 512 to a T. It's actually 511.7, but very close to 512. Exactly, it hit this level. Then it came down. We went all the way down to 508.5. We're very close to that range. Exactly. We got the levels right. I never ever adjusted these levels. They're exactly the same as my videos from yesterday and a week ago. Then we came back up, and now we're just shuffling around the 510 area. So you guys can see how the levels work. So when you have your levels, they could actually allow you to be more open-minded to either possibility. So have a plan B in case your plan doesn't work. If I was planning on trading this yesterday and I was looking at this chart right here, I would say maybe we go up if we break this level, maybe we go down if we lose the other level. Hey, we had that in mind, and that's when you could have gotten your confirmation. But I don't always trade based off channels. I just found that to be a very advantageous strategy. I'm always adjusting my strategies based off what we're seeing. Now, with this sell off, we made another adjustment. We have a downtrend now. So, look, I wasn't talking about a downtrend in this video. I wasn't talking about it in this video right here. When I was recording back on Thursday, I'm adjusting. I'm constantly adjusting my strategies, my videos, my charts, and you have to learn how to do this. Okay, that could actually save you a lot of money. And this could save you from a lot of those losing streaks if you're very adaptive. You have to get rid of the stubbornness where you think that, oh, the market has to go up. It has to go up. No, it doesn't. The market could always go down. It could always go up. You just need to be open minded and watch your levels just to be safe. All right. That's why I always talk about bullish and bearish cases on this channel because you always want to be open minded to anything. But the trend right now in SPY is a bit more bearish. So I just want to call that out. So going back, when you're on a big losing streak, be careful when you're revenge trading because there could be a change in your psychological strategies where you become overconfident after a big win and then you start losing some money. You want to make everything back. Let's say you lose like $500, you want to make $1,000 back, so you start doubling down on your positions, but it doesn't work like that. So when the market is just making these changes, maybe you're not adapting fast enough and you completely get caught off guard. You have to be quick, you have to be adaptive, you have to remember the market trend could change in a flash. And that's the tricky thing about day trading. That's why so many people lose money. So remember to look back at what caused you to lose money if you're on a losing streak. Was it a breakup? Was it, I don't know, something else like a car accident? Was it something else like that? Did you win super big and now you're trying to revenge trade? Or is it because of the overall market changing? Once you identify what caused it, you have to calm your nerves and scale down. When you start losing, don't scale up, scale down. If you were using $1,000 for your trades, let's just say you're using $200 a trade and you're making 5 trades a day, hypothetically speaking. Let's say you have a $10,000 portfolio or a $5,000 portfolio and you're only using, $200 per trade, making 5 trades a day, hypothetically. All right. If you keep losing, what I would do is I would slow down a little bit. I would maybe use less money. I would maybe use a little bit less money, maybe make less trades, be a lot more careful and review everything. Identify, why did I start losing money? What caused me to start losing like this? and I'll start to understand it. You have to go back and understand what caused this to happen. And you have to look at the chart again and try to identify another strategy. Maybe we're not bullish anymore. Maybe we're starting to downtrend a bit. Oh, we have the FOMC meeting coming soon. Maybe we're going to downtrend approaching that. Always be open minded to adjusting your strategy the way that you're thinking. Because when you have this mindset, and this is the same thing with a lot of engineering jobs and other things like that. If you just think in one way when trying to innovate, your very very narrow-minded ways of thinking could get in the way of other ideas. So if you think the market's just going to go up, 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 hey, your narrow-minded thinking could get in the way of your ability to make money in these markets. So the best thing I could tell you is understand yourself. Find a way to understand yourself. Maybe you play an instrument, maybe you play basketball, whatever it is. Understand yourself, understand your mind, understand what is causing you to lose, and then find a way to adjust whatever that thing is. And then once you adjust, always be adaptive. Always be adaptive. One day the market could go up. You can make money on the way up. You could also make money on the way down. Always remember that in a bull market, you can make money shorting the market. In a bear market, you can make money playing the upside because the market doesn't always just go in one direction. It could go in two directions, three directions in a single day. So it goes up, down in a one single day. So when you keep this in mind and you know you can make money either way, don't be so stubborn. Don't be too inclined into believing your notion that could be wrong. All right? Always remember that. So with that being said, I hope this brought some value into your guys' lives. And I think that for my friends out there who are still having some losing streaks, even though you guys are fantastic traders, it happens. It could happen to me too. But you have to identify it. Just like how there could be athletes who are incredible athletes, but they have a couple of games in a row where they're just not at their best. They're not performing well, right? It happens. Identify what's causing this to happen, work harder, review, and be adaptive. Maybe the athlete's playing style isn't working as well because of a defense that's improving. Maybe the defense is improving, they're adjusting to their strategy. So this athlete has to adjust. Think of something different, think of a new way of playing. That's just one example, right? But with that being said, I hope that this was helpful for you. Always remember to be open minded to the possibility of anything. When you expect anything, you're going to become a much better trader. That's plain and simple. Okay. Right now, the market's on a downtrend. Yes, it's going to likely continue to downtrend, but I'm always open minded. I'll be watching. I'm always open minded to anything. That's what really changed my projections. That's how I do tend to be correct about my predictions in the majority of videos. I'm not perfect, of course. I do make mistakes. I could be wrong sometimes. It also happens to everyone. But just know one of the ways that I've been able to make the calls I've made is by being adaptive. Being a very, very adaptive, you have to be able to adjust whenever necessary. All right. So hopefully this video was helpful. I want to make this video, I just want to conclude from here. Thank you all so much for listening. All of you guys are incredible. I want the best for everyone. But just remember, no matter how great you are of a person, being a great person does not mean you're just going to succeed at everything. Sometimes you have to be very, very strict with yourself. Sometimes you have to be disciplined. Sometimes you have to really identify things that are necessary to improve yourself as well. So, whether that is maybe you're a great person, you love to just go out to drink with friends, maybe limiting drinks could improve your trading. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, who knows? Maybe it's spending less time, at the bar and spending more time trying to focus on things to really improve your health, like going to the gym. Maybe those are some examples. Maybe becoming more comfortable at being uncomfortable is something that could improve your life. And so that involves maybe trying to not be as introverted, maybe trying to go out more, speak to more people, learn from others. Just those are just some examples. But with that being said, it is your life. You have the right to believe what you want to believe. You could think what you want to think. I just want to say that I value your opinions. I want the best for everyone. So learn to understand yourself, understand what's causing you to think the way you think. And if you're on a losing streak, look at the primary cause. That's the best thing to do. And always be open to adjusting whenever necessary. All right. So hopefully this video was helpful. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy the rest of Saturday. I'll have one more video coming. Thank you and peace out.